My next guest is no stranger to the oil and natural gas world. Joining me now is Tom Ward, Chairman and CEO of SandRidge Energy. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Quinn.
Now, you have a proven track record of building a large and growth-oriented asset base. What are some of the key lessons that you've learned during your career that drive SandRidge today?
Well, in my career, what I've tried to focus on is proven areas of production. So assets that have a long history of producing, and so that you know what a type curve looks like. And along with that, we like conventional assets that also have that long history. So drilling with carbonate reservoirs in proven areas like the Mississippian, in Oklahoma and Kansas, and in the Permian Basin where we focus in Texas.
Now, how does the CEO of the 21st century build a company in a world of great uncertainty?
When there is uncertainty, you really have to look to the future, and when you don't know what the world is going to be in the next year or two, what we do is we look forward and hedge or sell forward our oil and natural gas, but if we focus on oil. And so our company has hedged about 83% of our oil production this year at $100 per barrel. We've moved forward next year and hedged even more volume at 18.5 million barrels in 2013 at $96 a barrel. And now we've even moved in and hedged 15 million barrels of oil production in 2014 with a cap of 100 and a base of 70. So we look forward and say, is there anything, the biggest fear that we would have is to do with oil prices, so we try to take that out of the equation, and then we don't have to worry so much about what's going on in the world.
And SandRidge has an impressive acreage position targeting the Mississippian play. What's the company's greatest operational strength?
Well, our strength is the ability to drill many wells in logistically challenging areas. So the Mississippian is a well-known producer of oil, but also produces a large amount of water. And so the strength we have is the logistics of putting together saltwater disposal wells and electricity ahead of the play. So we have 30 rigs running today in the Mississippian. We'll drill 380 wells this year. We'll drill over 550 wells next year as we continue to increase our rig count. And all of that has to be ahead of that. You have to drill the disposal wells and bring in the infrastructure. So logistically, it's challenging. In the Permian Basin, we'll drill 750 wells this year, only at about 4,000 to 5,000 feet of depth. So you can drill a well every 4 or 5 days. So logistically, again, a very challenging area. And so we've taken on logistics and said we can conquer the increased drilling time, the increased drilling pace that we have.
And you've been a natural gas hawk, but SandRidge is changing, adding more crude oil and liquids-rich assets. How do you think about or rationalize commodity prices and returns on investment?
We started moving away from natural gas in late 2008 and started making our oil purchases in 2009. So we bought about $2 billion worth of properties in the Permian in 2009 and 2010. We sold $1 billion worth of that and still have about $4 billion left of reserves in the Permian. That was our move into oil. So the thought was that with the new type of drilling going on in the United States and how much capital was coming in, that it was easier to find natural gas than oil, and it was a limited market. So we wanted to move away from that. And so that we did become more bearish on natural gas in late 2008 into 2009. But now the prices are $2.50. We think it has come full cycle, and that prices should go up somewhat in the near future.
And people say you're undervalued. Others express concern about the balance sheet. These opinions can be polarizing. What are you doing to address both short-term and long-term?
We set out a goal in 2011 to have a 3-year plan. And in that 3-year plan, we were to triple our EBITDA, double our oil production in the company, and have our credit metrics come down below 3 times. We're well on our way now, a year and a half later, to achieve all of those goals. Our oil production has increased dramatically in the last year. Our debt to EBITDA has gone down to under 3 times. And we've already fully funded all of our drilling through 2013. And today we have the best liquidity the company's ever had. So we have $1.9 billion of liquidity today. So financially, we're in the strongest position the company's ever been in.
Well, Tom, we wish you continued success, and it's been a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you, Quinn.
I'm Quinn Nguyen for oilandgas360.com.